Hi guys, it's Stuart again here from SD Roberts Plastering and Wall Insulation. We insulate cold homes in Warwickshire, and we can also help you with any damp problems that you may have, especially on your bay windows, which is what we're going to look at in this video today. So you can see that I'm sharing with you the external view of a typical 1930s bay window, and I'm showing you the ground levels here guys on the outside, because that's what we're going to be talking about initially on this video, and that's one of the major causes of damp at the base of the wall on bay windows. So if we go into the inside, I'll show you how this typically presents in the way of damp on a bay window. So you can see these tide marks and damp stains along the bay window, and to make matters worse, the plasterer has used gypsum, looks like bonding coat here, as the backing plaster on this solid wall. And gypsum backing coats like bonding coat and hard wall can cause worse problems with damp and exaggerate the problem of damp, especially penetrating damp on solid walls. That's why we never use gypsum based backing coats on solid walls, guys. So let's talk about the issue of moisture ingress, water ingress around bay windows. You can see there's a driveway here with a negative slope, meaning moisture is driven back towards the property. I'm sharing another image here with you, showing block paving butted right up. Another image here, we've got a concrete plinth and a negative slope in the front garden, meaning water pooling around the bay. Concrete poured here, tight up to the bay, so concrete slab installed tight to the bay, breaching the damp proof course. All these are very, very common issues that cause penetrating damp. Again, a severe case of water pooling on some slabs. Now this is an image of a bay window with the existing bitumen DPC level shown in purple here, and the previous ground level which was breaching the DPC, which has now been dug out. A very common cause of penetrating damp and damp at the base of the wall around your bay windows, and it will typically present with yellow, brown, staining, blistering paint like this image here. That's how penetrating and trapped moisture will typically look on a bay window or solid wall. So high ground levels is a very, very common issue, causing damp on the inside of the bay windows, presenting above the skirting board as tide marks. So what else can cause damp issues on the inside of the bay windows? Deteriorated mortar beds and render, that's a very, very common problem. Window seal failure is another common problem. Leaky guttering, where driven rain leaking from the gutter pours down onto the wall and eventually works its way through, presents as damp on the inside of the plasterwork, penetrating damp. Now, if you have damp on your bay window and you've ruled out all of these common issues, then it might just be that your property is cold. So if you live in a typical 1930s property like this one, you might have a tiled bay window or a single skin bay window on the ground level, just like in this image, then it could be that your property is just cold. And if it's condensation and cold related damp, it will usually present like this. Now, at the beginning of this video, I showed you how this damp bay window looked and the problems the customer had on the inside with tide marks across the skirting and blistering paint. So to solve this issue, we stripped all the existing gypsum plaster back to brick, and we installed an XPS insulation damp proofing system, which also insulates the bay against cold and condensation problems. So I hope this video has been helpful for you in addressing some of the common problems that cause damp on your bay window. If you happen to live in the Warwickshire area and you would like a free quotation to fix your damp bay window, then please hit the link below to arrange your free quotation. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you found this content helpful today. Thanks so much. See you on the next video.